Hello everyone, good evening. So today we are going to have the Hindu newspaper analysis dated 16th of September 2023. In today's newspaper analysis we are going to discuss a mapping topic. Along with this we are going to discuss some editorial topics that were there in the editorial section of the newspaper, and also we are going to discuss some other topics that are important for the prelims exam. Along with this, we have also included many questions for discussion for prelims exam as well as for the mains exam. So let us start the discussion with the first topics. So let us see the list of topics that we are going to cover. So these are the topics that we will be covering during today's discussion. Okay, so in all there will be 10 topics and one map based topic. Okay, so the first topic, which is a map based topic that we are going to cover, is about a region. This region is known as Nagorno Karabakh region. So this region, why this region is in news? This region is in news because of the conflict that happens in this region. Okay, so this Nagorno Karabakh region is in news for a long time, and it is in news because of the conflict related to territorial borders, right, between two countries. So these two countries are Azerbaijan on one side, on the other side it is Armenia, right. So the conflict related to this region, the name of the region is Nagorno Karabakh region. Let's say this is the region. Okay, so this is the Nagorno Karabakh region. So the conflict lies between Azerbaijan and Armenia related to holding power or authority in this particular region. Okay, so we are going to understand about where is Nagorno Karabakh region located. So we have seen, and we are going to discuss about the conflict as well. Okay, so quickly we will see, and also we need to see where these countries are located. So this Azerbaijan and Armenia, they are located to the, let's say, west of Caspian Sea. Okay, west of Caspian Sea. And also we need to see where is Caspian Sea located, and so let's see the regions. Okay, so these are the regions. So we know these are Central Asian countries. Okay, so there are 5 countries that are considered to be Central Asian countries. So these are the Central Asian countries. Okay, name of these countries are Turkmenistan, then Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan. So they are Central Asian countries. These 5 countries are together known as Central Asian countries. Okay, they are Central Asian countries. And to the left of these countries, right, lies this Caspian Sea. So this is Caspian Sea. Okay, the white region that we can see over here, this is Caspian Sea. All right, and to the west of Caspian Sea we have Azerbaijan and we have Armenia. Okay, so the previous map that we have seen, right, so the previous map showcases a bigger region, Azerbaijan and Armenia, right. So between them lies this Nagorno Karabakh region. So let us understand why this region has been into conflict for such a long time, right. So let's discuss about it quickly. Name of the region is Nagorno Karabakh region. So the dispute that lies between these two countries dates back to 20th century. Okay, so this dispute dates back to 20th century, and at that point of time, right, so earlier this region was occupied by Ottoman Empire, right, and before so then happened something known as Russian Revolution. Okay, Russian Revolution happened and that has overthrown the Ottoman Empire. After this, what has happened? They have established USSR. USSR means Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. Okay, so they have established this particular thing. And after this, in 1991, USSR also disintegrated. Okay, it disintegrated. After disintegration of USSR, then the largest country that has emerged, it was Russia. Okay, Russia emerged as the largest country. Then other countries, let's say they they have established their own regions over there. So this conflict is there between these countries, and like there has been a war also. Okay, there has been a war between, let's say, like Armenia and Azerbaijan. So sorry, I think last is JAN, right? So that war has happened between 1988 to 1994. Okay, so this war has happened between them, but still there is a problem in that region. Okay, so that region actually is lying within the boundaries, within the border of Azerbaijan, but the people who are residing in the Nagorno Karabakh region, they have ethnic, let's say, like ties with the Armenian people. So they are ethnically Armenian people. Okay, so that's the thing. And the war has again erupted in 2020, and that time the war has, let's say, like extended for 44 days. Okay, 44 days in 2020. After then, a group is there which is known as Minsk group. Okay, Minsk group 4, this is known as OSCE, Organization for Security, Organization for Security in the Europe. So this particular group acted as a mediator between Azerbaijan and Armenia. So they have mediated, and there was a ceasefire. Ceasefire means both of them, let's say, like renounced their weapons. However, it did not lead to a complete solution. So complete solution is still not there. Still, like, let's say, like the warring parties are having their own differences. Okay, so this group is important. Why this group is important? Because this is one of the largest let's say security group in the Europe. We have heard about North Atlantic Treaty Organization, but like apart from this, this OSCE is much bigger than North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It is co-chaired by, this particular organization is co-chaired by the United States of America, Russia and France. Okay, it is co-chaired by USA, Russia and France, and it has more than, let's say, 57 member countries as part of it. So this is the Nagorno Karabakh region. So I hope this is like understood, this topic is understood.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so like we have just understood about this region, which is Nagorno Karabakh region. So it has been in news. So with this we will move to the first topic for discussion today. So this topic talks about genetically modified crop, which is a GM crop decision that cuts the mustard. Okay, that cuts the mustard. Now we need to understand about this particular topic. This is again a very important topic. Name of the topic is a GM crop decision crop decision that cuts the mustard. A GM crop decision that cuts the mustard. So which decision are we talking about? So, and we will understand about what do we mean by GM crop. So GM stands for genetically modified. Okay, GM crop stands for, it stands for genetically modified crops. Genetically modified crops. So we will understand about this thing also. GM crops stands for genetically modified crops, and also which decision are we talking about through this article? It says a GM crop decision that cuts the mustard. So this decision was taken by an organization which is known as Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. Okay, so in India we have a committee, its name is Genetic Engineering appraisal committee. Appraisal committee. So this particular committee has taken a decision in the year of 2020. Okay, so they have taken a decision in 2020, and that decision, through that decision, they have allowed, right? What they have done, they have allowed the genetically modified, right, dhara mustard, like hybrid, like that DMH11 crop to be used in India. Okay, so they have dhara mustard 11, so it is known as DMH crop. So we need to understand about few things. One thing that we need to understand, what is the genetic engineering appraisal committee? The genetic engineering appraisal committee is a committee under the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So it is under which ministry? It is under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So this comes under MOEFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This particular genetic engineering appraisal committee is the apex level committee for that approves, that assesses whether a genetically modified crop is suitable for releasing, for public use, suitable for, let's say, plantation, because genetically modifying crops does have many, let's say, like issues associated with them. If they approve any crop that has, let's say, potential, that can do potentially harm to the soil, so it's going to devastate the agriculture system in India. If it let's say meddles with the human health, that's also going to be a problem. So that's why the genetic engineering appraisal committee, so after doing lot of assessment, so this committee actually takes a decision whether a genetically modified crop is to be approved or not to be approved. So they have approved this particular DMH11 crop in 2020, okay, and it can be used. So this genetic engineering appraisal committee is the apex or top level committee for genetic modification. However, this committee comes under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. It does not come under Ministry of Agriculture. Okay, that's important. So through this article we are talking about this particular decision. Now let us understand about what are genetically modified crops. Okay, what are GM crops? So let's discuss about these things. So genetically modified crops are those crops in which, let's say, there are naturally occurring crops. Okay, let's say there are naturally occurring crops, and these crops are we do some kind of genetic engineering in them. Okay, genetic engineering or genetic modification is done, okay, on these crops. Genetic engineering is done. Genetic engineering and genetic modification, they are used interchangeably. Okay, genetic modification and genetic engineering means the same. Why we do genetic modification, right? Why we do genetic modification? There are many reasons to it. One of the thing is we make the crops to be let's say pest resistant. Okay, we make them what? Pest resistant. We make them herbicide resistant also. Herbicide tolerant. Okay, we make them herbicide tolerant. We do it for increasing the crop productivity. Okay, for increasing yield. In simple terms, we say it to be yield, for increasing yield. So for these purposes, we do genetic modification. Okay, we do genetic modification. So these genetically modified crops, I mean, now let us understand about this thing. What do we mean by dhara mustard 11, DMH11? So they have mentioned, so this particular ministry, DMH11. So this is dhara mustard. Okay, its name is dhara mustard. This is herbicide tolerant. Okay, this is what? Herbicide tolerant variety 11. So this is the, let's say, like name of this thing. So what is this crop all about? This is a mustard oil crop. I mean, like, you know, using this thing, like we can make mustard oil. So this is, I mean, like herbicide tolerant. Herbicide means something they can be considered as pests. Okay, so that, let's say, like, you know, damages the crops. So it is tolerant to that. Okay, so this DMH 11 has been approved by this committee. So what does the author wants to say in this article? The author says that this GM crop, okay, the decision that the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee has taken, so they have taken this decision, you know, in the best possible manner, and this decision actually, like, you know, is a significant decision. So the author says that it is a significant decision. Okay, it is a significant decision. Now let us understand why it is a significant decision. For that, like, you know, author has cited many reasons, right? One of the reason it has cited that, like, you know, it will help in, let's say, like, you know, going for food security. It's going to, let's say, like, you know, it's going to help in food security. That's one aspect. And why food security is important? For that, the author has talked about a report, and this report has been released by Food and Agricultural Organization. And what is the name of the report? Name of the report is, they have said, Global Food Security and Nutrition Report. Okay, name of the report is Global Food Security and Nutrition Report. Okay, Global Food Security and Nutrition Report. This report is also important for us to remember. Okay, name of the report is important, that's why I have written Global Food Security and Nutrition Report. So it is released by United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. So according to this report, they have said that the countries are, let's say, not very near to achieving this particular goal. What is, like, you know, we have a Sustainable Development Goal 2, SDG Goal 2, that talks about zero hunger. Okay. So we want to achieve this particular goal by 2030. Okay, so this is the target of the goal. So as per Sustainable Development Goals, we have 17 goals and we have 163 targets. So this is the second goal. First goal is, it says no poverty. Second goal, zero hunger. Okay, so, like, you know, according to this particular report of the Food and Agriculture Organization, name of the report is Global Food Security and Nutrition Report. So according to this report, the world is not near to achieving this particular goal of zero hunger. Okay, so this is also important. So they, so that's why the author says that, like, you know, the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, while giving approval to this particular thing, like, you know, this particular variety of DMH 11, it has paved the way for approval of other crops in India. So it will lead to approval of other crops in India, and this is a very significant decision that they have taken. Okay, so this is what the author is saying. Apart from this, in this article they have talked about, let's say, like, you know, many countries also. So so they have talked about, let's say, like, you know, various countries that have benefited. Okay, that have benefited. So, like, you know, so we are talking about the good portion of the decision. So they say that, like, you know, globally, I mean, like, you know, 1.95 billion people in 5 countries. Okay, 1.95 billion people in 5 countries have benefited. Okay, in 5 countries have benefited from GM crops. Okay, have benefited in from GM crops. From GM crops means, like, there are many countries genetically modified crops. So there are many countries across the world that have approved usage of genetically modified crops. And what are name of these countries? So we are going to write the names of these countries also: Argentina, Brazil, Canada, India and United States. Okay, these are Argentina, Canada, Brazil, India and United States of America. So these countries, I mean, like, 1.95 billion people have been benefited from genetically modified crops. So they say, like, it has benefited around 26% of the world population. Okay, it has benefited 26% of world's population. So what is the total population of the world as of now? It is around 7.6 billion people. Okay, so it has, this decision has benefited. So that's why the author says that this decision is a good decision that has been taken, and similar decision is needed in other sectors also. Those sectors, for example, they have talked about, let's say, like, soybean, cotton, canola crops, maize, and many other food crops. Okay, so globally GM modified has expanded its reach. Okay, so that's the thing. And also in this article the author has mentioned about that, like, we have gone for green revolution. The green revolution, I mean, like, there should have been benefit from the green revolution. However, its benefit has been limited to certain extent. Okay, because, like, because genetically modified crops have not been approved, like, much of them have not been approved by India so far. So that's the thing. So in this article the author has discussed in detail about these things, what? Genetically modified crops. Okay, so with this we will move to the next topic, and before that we have two questions to solve. One question is for the prelims exam. So we are going to solve this question. It says, consider the following statements. One of the statements says, the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare approved the environmental release of genetically modified mustard hybrid DMH11. Okay, so this is genetically modified mustard hybrid DMH11. So this has not been approved by Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. It is approved by the Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee. What? Genetic Engineering Appraisal Committee, and this works under Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So that's why first statement is wrong. Second statement, it says production of DMH11 variety is interfering with honeybees' natural pollination practices. This is not right. Okay, so this is not, let's say, like, not interfering with this thing. So neither one nor two is the right answer in this case. Then we have one question here for the mains exam. This question is also important. It says, what is the primary objective behind developing GM mustard varieties like DMH11, and how do they differ from traditional crops in terms of characteristics and benefits? Now they say, like, what is the primary objective behind, let's say, developing this GM mustard variety like DMH11? Primary objective. So primary objective was to make it herbicide tolerant. Okay, and there are a few primary objectives for, these crops. So they have, let's say, like, asked, not specific to this, they have said, like, like this crop. So what are the objectives? One of the objective is, the primary objective is making them pest resistant. Okay, so, the first thing is this. Second is, like, for food security also, because, like, it leads to increase in yield. So increase in yield would be like one of the objective. Apart from this, I mean, like, apart from this, there are many such objectives. So, like, they are asking about what is the primary objective behind this, and then how do they differ from traditional mustard crops. So one thing is, like, they will be more tolerant, herbicide tolerant, or they will be pest resistant. They will be requiring lesser water maybe. Yeah, and they will be, let's say, like, like, they may have more nutritional value. Then other point would be, let's say, like, they will be having more yield. So these are the, let's say, objectives, and these will be the differences also between genetically modified crops and normal crops. Okay, so we have included a model answer also to this question. You can write an answer, and after writing the answer, people can share it to us to this email address, which is Jahidul@lukmaanias.com. Okay, Jahidul@lukmaanias.com. So you can share your answers to this email address. So having understood this, you can see the explanation for the first question over here. You can either pause the video and see it, or you can download the PDF from the description of the YouTube video. Then we have, let's say, model answer for the question also, means related question. So we came to another topic. This topic is also important. It says, in diverse India, name change demands consensus. Okay, so this is also a good topic. We are going to learn about this topic. Name of the topic is in diverse India, name change demands consensus. Okay, name change demands consensus. So we need to understand about this topic, and before that we need to understand about the context, that why it has come, why this topic is there. So basically in this article they are talking about the changing the name of India. Okay, they are talking about changing the name of India. Okay, changing the name of India. So recently what has happened, the central government, okay, the central government, while sending invitation to the guest of G20, so they have, let's say, mentioned that, like, the invitation is given by the President of Bharat. What they have done, they have mentioned that the invitation is by President of Bharat. Okay, President of Bharat. But what has been the case earlier? So far, I mean, like, we have been mentioning this particular thing as, like, earlier it has been the case that we have been mentioning it as President of India. But now this time we have seen President of Bharat written. So now President of India and President of Bharat, there are, let's say, legality associated with this. There are constitutional norms that are in place. We need to understand about that. And the author says that, like, if we want to change the name of India, we can change the name of a country. That needs consensus. So we are going to talk about that factor also. Okay. So here what has happened, basically, so in this article the author has mentioned that, like, what is the official name of the country. Okay. So what is the official name of India? Official name of India. I mean, like, when we mention in India in let's say foreign treaties that government of India signs with other countries, or like when we are referred by the United Nations organization or other countries, so what name do they use? So official name of India is known as Republic of India. Okay, it is known as Republic of India. Okay, this is the official name of India, which is Republic of India. However, if we talk about the Constitution of India, so in this article the author has said that there should be only one name of a country. I mean, like, same country is not known by different names. For example, if somewhere we mention Republic of India, somewhere else we mention Republic of Bharat, people will get confused. People will not understand that they are referring to the same country. Okay, because internationally we have 193 recognized countries under United Nations organization, right? So there are many countries across the world. So I mean, like, every country has its own name. So Republic of India is the official name of India that has been mentioned in all foreign forums wherever we mention. Okay, so this is the Republic of India is the name. However, if we talk about the, let's say, Constitution of India, okay, if we talk about the Constitution of India, let's discuss about, like, how this has been mentioned in the Constitution of India. Constitution of India. So in the Constitution of India there are many articles that are relevant for us to understand. Okay, there are many articles. One article is Article 1. So Article 1 says India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. So in this editorial the author is saying that India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. Means like the author says that the primary name is India, and to refer it, right, so they have given a synonym, means like that is Bharat. Okay, so India, that is Bharat means, so they are elaborating what is India. So India is the primary name, and this is the only place in the English version of the Constitution of India that they have mentioned the Bharat as a keyword. Everywhere else in the Constitution of India, the mention of the name of the country is mentioned as India itself. Okay, mentioned as India itself. Now there is another article which is important, which is article number 52. It says there shall be a president of India. Okay, it says there shall be a president of India. There shall be a president of India. It means like here again they refer this to president of India. They say there shall be a president of India. Here also in the constitution they have not mentioned that there shall be a president of Bharat. However, the author also says that Bharat is not an unknown name, because in the Hindi translation of the book, okay, so in the Hindi translation of the Constitution of India, okay, in the Hindi translation, right, they have used the name India has been referred as Bharat in the Hindi translation. And to give official status to this thing, so there is an article in the Constitution of India which is article number 394 clause A. 394A. So article 394A, through article 394A, the President of India has authorized the use of Bharat in the Hindi version of the Constitution of India. That's the thing. So the author says, like, if we speak constitutionally, so constitutionally article 1 says India, that is Bharat. Article 52 says there shall be a president of India, and article, this particular thing, through this article the president says that this India can be referred as Bharat in the Hindi version of the constitution. However, officially, the constitutionally, India is India. India is not, means other way round. Okay, so that's the thing. So the author says constitutionally this has been the case. However, author says that the version of the people, the official people who have referred India, so they say, they want to decolonize the name of country. Okay, so to decolonize this thing, author says the sentiment of people is very important, because in India we do not have people who speak only Hindi. Like if you go to southern India, so there are people who speak different languages, Telugu, Tamil, then Malayalam, Kannada, like that. So there are many people across India, so there is a diversity in the country. So India is a unity in diversity. So to maintain the diversity, we should keep this name as India itself. The author says this thing. And the author further highlights that name of a country, can the name of a country be changed? So the author says yes, the name of the country can be changed. So the Parliament of India, okay. So Parliament of India is authorized, okay. Parliament of India is authorized to change the name of the country, okay. And for that they need to do a amendment of the constitution under article 368. Okay, so the Constitution of India needs to be amended to change the name of the country. Okay, so it is so the author says that Parliament of India has the authority to change the name of India. However, it is not needed. Author says change of name of the country is not needed. Why it is needed? Because everywhere we have mentioned this particular name. If we change its name, so we have to make changes in n number of documents which are there. Okay, so we need to make changes over there. So that's the thing. So in this article, the author has mentioned this much only. Okay, so with this we will go to another topic. And so in this article they have mentioned other articles also. For example, article 393, article 394A clause 2, like that. So these articles have been mentioned. Now let's talk about this topic. It says Editors Guild of India has right to free speech. Says Chief Justice of India. So basically what has happened, this topic is with reference to Manipur. Okay, this topic is with reference to violence that has happened in Manipur. So basically, like, you know, Editors Guild has been appointed, that, like, you know, they will go to the state of Manipur. They are going to see, like, you know, what is the let's say, like, what is the level of violence and all, and they will report. However, this Editors Guild has been reported, they have been reported by Indian Army. Indian Army has reported to them that the media is reporting the incident of Manipur in a partisan manner. Partisan manner means some people are, let's say, like, reporting it from the side of the ruling government, only they are showing their version. Other parties, other media is showing from the version of the opposition. So the Editors Guild has also released a report. Okay, so they have released a report, and in that report they have highlighted this particular issue, that the reporting of the Manipur violence is being done by media in a partisan manner. So this report, I mean, like, you know, there are some people who have, let's say, filed FIRs against, okay, the people have filed what? FIRs against the Editors Guild. They say they should not have mentioned it, that, like, you know, there was partisan reporting of this thing. Okay, so this Editors Guild has approached the Supreme Court of India. I mean, like, you know, both the parties have approached, and Supreme Court of India has said that whether this report is correct or not, whether this report is factually correct or not, whether there is, let's say, like, you know, what we say, like, partisan reporting or not, but still the Editors Guild of India does have right to free speech. So right to freedom of speech is guaranteed under Article 19 of the Constitution of India. So the Supreme Court of India has said that Editors Guild has the right to, let's say, like, you know, speak freely through print media also. And the Editors Guild has said that, like, you know, in the report they have mentioned that partisan reporting is there, and they have also mentioned, like, what are the concerns of those people who oppose this particular thing. I mean, like, their concerns have also been mentioned on the same web page, on the same document. Okay, that's the thing. So the Chief Justice of India has, let's say, held those people, I mean, like, you know, the complainants, that, like, you know, you show us, like, where, I mean, like, you know, they stand, I mean, like, where, I mean, like, you know, like, in what, under what clause you make them, let's say, liable for anything. So they have filed cases under, let's say, some provisions of the IPC. One of the provision is section 153A of the Indian Penal Code. It says promoting enmity between different groups. Okay, so they have filed FIRs under section what? Section 153 of IPC. And other section is, like, you know, section 200 of the IPC, giving false declaration to court. Okay, so one section is this, second section is section 200 of IPC. So they say that Editors Guild has given false declaration to the court. However, the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of India has said that they have not furnished any declaration so far. I mean, like, where does it come from that, like, you know, they have given false declaration and all. So this is the thing. Okay, so this is the overall issue over here. So this issue revolves around freedom of speech and expression, and also this particular topic. Okay, so with this we will move to the next topic quickly. Again, it says Jal Jeevan Mission remains a pipe dream. So Jal Jeevan Mission, this is a government scheme. So under this scheme, the government of India, NB, says that by 2024 we are going to provide piped drinking water to every rural household in India. So the target year of Jal Jeevan Mission. Okay, so let's discuss about this topic in detail. Name of the topic is Jal Jeevan. Okay, Jal Jeevan Mission, like that. Okay, so this Jal Jeevan Mission is a central government scheme. What it is? It is a central government scheme. So under this scheme, what they want to do? They want to provide piped drinking water, okay, piped drinking water to rural households in India, okay, to rural households in India. By which year they want to achieve this target? By the year 2024. So Jal Jeevan Mission is a very important mission. However, if you go to the official website of Jal Jeevan Mission, they have mentioned that in the state of Uttar Pradesh, they have, let's say, like, given piped drinking water to many households. And they have mentioned about one specific district where they have said that 100%, like, tap water connection has been given to people. And there was a survey conducted in that particular district, and in that district they have seen more than half of the rural household do not have any piped drinking water, and even in half of the households where they have a pipe connection, okay, so they do have the pipe over there. So they are saying that they do have a pipe over there, but like, null nahi hai us pipe mein, like that. So they do not have this particular thing in the pipe. And even in somewhere where there is this null is also there, they say like water is not coming, okay. Means like in the official website they have mentioned that this is 100% pipe drinking water village, but like, the actual thing that have been seen, I mean, like, so in the official version they say like, 100% coverage was there in this particular let's say Mahoba district, okay, 100% coverage is there. But when they went, so one of the district officials said that out of 398 villages, 100 villages, I mean, like, got piped drinking. And they went to those 100 villages also. And in those 100 villages, the, I mean, like, situation is worse. No pipe drinking. And this is the scenario in that district itself. Okay, means like the women is, let's say, taking water from the well. Okay, so pipe drinking water is not there. So here in this article they have talked about that the promises that are made through the official website, they are false. Okay, they are false. So this is the thing. Okay, so like in this article they have talked about Jal Jeevan Mission, and they have conducted proper survey. Okay, and they have conducted survey in many districts, or like, many villages in that particular district, which is mentioned as 100% water thing, I mean, like, they have achieved. So in this article they have mentioned about functional tap water connection. Okay, this is functional household tap connection. Okay, first functional household tap connection. So what are these? So the one of the objective of this particular mission is that, like, they are going to provide 55 liters of water, okay, 55 liters of water per person, right, per household. Means like in every household, per person will receive 55 liters of functional tap water, but like it is not the case, okay, it is not the case, that's the thing. So in this article they have mentioned this. So like this is to study about a government scheme. Name of the scheme is Jal Jeevan Mission. So this Jal Jeevan Mission has been launched by which ministry? This has been launched by Ministry of Jal Shakti. Okay, Ministry of Jal Shakti has launched this particular mission. Okay, so this is the thing.
And the same situation has been depicted in the web series Panchayat.
Panchayat?
Yes, sir.
Okay, did you see that Panchayat?
Sir, like that was not related to the water supply, but it was related to the about toilet connections.
Toilet connections,
Yes.
okay. So like this.
So sir, the pipe has been there, everything, but the layer in the pot was not there.
So this is the thing. Okay, so let's now talk about this topic. Like we have a question on this topic. It says with reference to, I will also see that web series. Okay, Panchayat. So it says with reference to Jal Jeevan Mission, consider the following statements. Okay, one of the statements says it is envisioned to provide safe and adequate drinking water through water tanks by 2024 in rural India. It is not by water tanks. It is by piped water connection. Okay, not tanks. Tanks मतलब वो भेज के गाड़ी का वैसा. ठीक है. So the first statement is wrong. Second statement, technological intervention for removal of contaminants were where water quality is an issue is a component under this mission. This is right. First statement is wrong. So correct answer would be option B. Okay. Second statement is part of the mission. I mean, like when like they want to provide, let's say, drinking water to all the rural households. So those water that are contaminated, so they are going to, let's say, like, filter out those water. So it's a part of that mission itself. If you go to the website of Jal Jeevan Mission, they have mentioned many things. Okay. So once, like, I recommend all of you go to the website of Jal Jeevan Mission and see like what they have mentioned, right? So that will help us to understand about that mission. This is again another topic. It says, can PM CARES benefit be extended to all orphans? Supreme Court of India has said. So this PM CARES, okay, or PM CARES, it is a fund, okay, it is a fund, and this fund has been established during COVID-19 time, okay, during COVID-19 time.
Yes.
Why it has been established? So that, let's say, like, benefits can be given, or let's say support can be given to those people who are affected through COVID-19. And one of the component of this PM CARES was that, like, they would also provide assistance to those orphans whose parents died during COVID-19. Recently, the Supreme Court of India has asked the government that, like, can the benefits of PM CARES be extended to all orphans, irrespective whether their parents died during COVID-19 or not. Okay, that's the thing. So now we need to understand what is PM CARES. So PM CARES is a fund where everybody, every citizen of India or people from outside, they can contribute their money. And this money will be utilized for the purpose of giving benefit to people like who are affected because of some kind of calamities, okay, natural calamities, even man-made disasters. I mean, man-made calamities can be addressed through PM CARES. So this CARES has a full form also. This is an abbreviation. So we are going to look into that thing, and like we have a question based on this topic, okay. So we are going to solve that question. So let's solve this question. It says, with reference to PM CARES fund, consider the following statements. Okay, they have given few statements. One of the statement is, its objective is to assist any kind of public health emergency, calamity or distress. This is right.
Any kind of.
It is mentioned public health emergency, calamity or distress. It has been launched during COVID-19, so that COVID-19 was itself a public health emergency. Okay. Means like it is not done only for the, I mean, like, COVID-19 thing. This fund has been established, and this fund is going to last for long. I mean, like, since COVID-19 is gone now. So this fund should have ceased, but it is still functional. So that's why the Supreme Court of India has asked, can the benefit from this fund be given to all the orphans? This fund is still functional. Agar, let's say, if it would have been made only for the COVID-19, then it must have become functus officio. What? Functus officio means कि वो purpose fulfill होने से they might have dissolved it so far, but it is not functus officio. It is still functioning. Okay, that's the thing. Now, second statement, it says it has been registered as a public charitable trust. This is right. Okay, it has been registered as public charitable trust. Third, Minister of Defense is the ex officio chairman of the fund. This is wrong. This is the Prime Minister of India is the ex officio chairman. And there are other trustees also. Minister of Defense is a trustee. Minister of, let's say, Home Affairs is also a trustee. Okay, like that. However, Prime Minister of India is the ex officio chairman. 1 and 2 are correct. It means option B, only 2 is correct in this case. Okay, only 2 of these statements are correct. Option 1 is correct, second is correct. I mean, like, first statement is correct, second correct, third is incorrect. Okay, so that's the thing. So with this, we will move to the next topic now. It says India seeks Australia's help in battle against Nipah virus. Okay. Now we need to understand what is Nipah virus. Nipah virus is also very important. Okay. Nipah virus has affected Kerala. Okay, it has affected Kerala. And as of now, 6 people have died. Okay, 6 people not died, have been affected. Okay, 6 people have been affected by Nipah virus. And because of Nipah virus, I mean, like, fatality rate is 40 to 70%. I mean, like, a person who is affected by Nipah virus, it is likely that 40 to 70% he will die. It means likelihood of a person dying from Nipah virus is very high. Okay. So now where the virus has originated, this is a question, and like why only Kerala has been affected so far, that's also a question. So like these people are identifying the reasons for it. However, like, is there any cure for this particular Nipah virus? Is there any cure? So presently no cure is available. No definitive medicine is available related to this. However, Australian government, they have, let's say, like started doing some research on Nipah virus, similar virus. Okay. And they have done only clinical trial stage 1. First stage of clinical trial has been completed. And the government of India, they want support from Australia. They want to import some vaccines of Nipah virus. So they have ordered around 20 more doses. Okay, they have ordered, I mean, they have asked Australia to provide 20 doses of this for Nipah virus. Okay, so like if we talk about is there a treatment, no treatment is available, but like these doses are considered to be, since it has passed clinical stage trial 1, so it is safe for human use. Okay, it is 100% safe for human use. However, whether it will be having efficacy or not, okay, safety and efficacy are 2 different parameters. One of the parameter is safety. Safety means if you are using a vaccine, whether that vaccine is safe or not. So it is safe. Whether it has efficacy or not. Okay, so for efficacy there should be human trial. So that is still pending. Okay, that is questionable. So the health officials said that, like, we will still import this particular thing, I mean, like, vaccine from Australia if it helps our citizens. So we are ready to extend any help that is possible. Okay, so that's why this Nipah virus thing is there in news. Okay, so there were 2 articles. I have just taken the second one because I wanted to discuss about Nipah virus also. I want to discuss about, I mean, like, the Australian case as well. Okay, so now we have another topic. This topic, it says Myanmar to offer visa, okay, on arrival to tourists from China and India. Now this topic is significant because of 2 reasons. One reason is, like, that this particular thing has been extended by Myanmar. So Myanmar is a country which is now being ruled by military. Okay, it is being ruled by military. Because the military, they have conducted a coup. Okay, they have conducted a coup when in 2021, and after then they have ousted the civilian government from there. Okay, so this Myanmar government recently, I mean, like, there was an ASEAN group, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So they have recently taken a decision that, like, this Myanmar will not preside over this particular thing from 2026. It will be presided over by Indonesia instead of Myanmar. So that has, these are the things. So Myanmar, there, I mean, like, civil rights is happening, military is doing brutality on its own citizens because citizens are not approving the rule of the military. So this is one reason for which, like, Myanmar is important. Second reason is, like, Myanmar has offered, I mean, like, it is going to offer visa on arrival to Indian citizens and Chinese citizens. Why? Because with India, Myanmar has good relations. With China also it has good relations. China has backed or supported the military over there. India does not have any official position on that thing, but, like, we are not opposing also. Okay, that's the thing. So this is the reason. Now, what do we mean by this visa on arrival? Visa on arrival means an Indian citizen who has a passport if he wants to visit Myanmar, he does not need prior visa from Indian consulates. I mean, like from, let's say, Myanmari office over here, they do not need a prior visa. They can directly visit Myanmar, and once they visit Myanmar, they will be given visa on arrival. Okay, that is known as visa on arrival. Now, related to visa, there is an index which is known as Henley. Okay,
Passport index.
Henley Passport Index. Why this Henley Passport Index is important? Because Henley Passport Index talks about like which country's passport is the strongest passport. I mean, like, for example, if you have an Indian passport, you are an Indian citizen. If you go to other countries, so how many countries allow you visa free travel or like visa on arrival travel? So a country that has the passport of a country that has most number of visa on arrival or visa free travel for other destinations, so that is considered to be the strongest passport in the world. Okay, that is considered the strongest passport. So this is one thing. So for this thing, I mean, like, they are also working with international I mean, like, civil aviation agency. This Henley Passport Index is released by Henley and Partners private organization. So they are working with this. Okay, so Indian passport is relatively very strong. Okay, recently this Henley Passport Index report came. I think Singapore became the topmost country in the world, okay, to have rank 1. So that's the thing. So, like, it is related to that topic. So that's why I thought of covering this.
About
India's
India's ranking?
ranking is, I don't remember the ranking, but like, around,
Around 80s.
yeah, around 130 countries, maybe, like, like Indian citizens can visit without a visa, direct visa. So like they will be given visa on arrival. So it talks about, I mean, diplomatic relations that India maintains with other countries. Okay, the goodwill that India has with other countries, right? Then we have another topic. It says wrong to assess economic activity on GDP alone. Okay,
88th position, sir.
huh?
88th position.
80th position. Okay, so India is at 88th position related to this Henley Passport Index. Now it says wrong to assess economic activity on GDP alone. So this has been said by Finance Ministry. Now let us understand what is GDP. GDP stands for Gross Domestic Product. It talks about like how the economy of a country, okay, how the economy of a country is growing or performing, okay, how the economy is growing, like that. It says this thing, GDP. So to calculate GDP, there are various methods, okay, there are various methods that people follow. One of the method is known as production method. Okay, one of the method is production method. Here, like, we calculate gross value added at each stage of production. We see, like, what value is added at each stage of production. Second method is known as income method. Third method is known as expenditure method. Okay, third method is known as expenditure method. Generally, countries use this particular thing, expenditure method. It has a simple formula. I mean, like, total investment in the economy plus government expenditure plus net exports. Okay, net exports means total export minus import. So that's the thing. So using this method, we calculate GDP of a country. But for calculation of GDP, we have different price methods also. One of the price method, I mean, like, these are the basic methods that will be used, but like, it is calculated at various prices. And one of the price is known as nominal GDP.
Yes. Current prices.
Nominal GDP. Then other is known as real GDP. Third is known as GDP at factor cost. Third is known as GDP at factor cost. So what is nominal GDP? If we calculate GDP of a country at current market prices, okay, current prices of goods and services, that is known as nominal GDP. So this nominal GDP do not account into inflation, okay, inflation that happens, so it does not factor into those inflation. If we talk about real GDP is calculated using some base year, using price of goods at some base year, okay. So this factors into, okay, this factors into what? Inflation thing. So that is the thing. Then GDP at factor cost, okay, what is this? So GDP at factor cost means, like, you know, you see like land, what is the price that people pay for land, like for labor, for electricity, okay, land, labor, electricity, entrepreneurship, etc. Okay, so these things, their prices are calculated to calculate GDP at factor cost. So these are the methods of calculation of GDP. So in this article, they have said that it is wrong to assess economic activity on GDP alone. So it has been said by the Finance Minister of India. Why? Because like people have said, recently the government of India has notified that, like, you know, like India has grown at 7.8%. Now people have criticized that it has not grown so much. Then the Finance Minister said that, like, you know, we should not look into only the GDP factor, we should look into let's say more current based data, for example purchasing managers index, we need to look into that factor also. So I mean, like Ministry of like Finance Ministry has tried to divert the attention of people, that, like, you know, we need to look into those more current based information like purchasing managers index and other factors. Okay, so this is the thing in this article. I mean, like, you know, this is they have mentioned ministry calls out references to nominal GDP growth being lower than real GDP growth as new bogatory being, I mean, like, you know, nominal so that's why we have discussed about nominal, real and all. So that's the thing. So with this, like, let's see, like, if we have another topic, is we have one more topic. It says our platform will assess top 50 judges before appointment in Supreme Court. So this is a I mean, like, you know, this is related to Indian polity. So recently this Chief Justice of India has said that, like, you know, so far the appointment in the Supreme Court has happens through collegium system, okay, through collegium system, where the senior most 5 judges, they recommend whom to be appointed, right, to the Supreme Court of India or to high courts, or whom to be transferred, and this share this data with the government, and government, let's say, like, you know, gives an effect to this. That's the thing. So this is the factor that is there. However, the Chief Justice of India has said that there are, let's say, questions on collegium system by different parties. People are saying that, like, you know, they do not have a credible data, that how do they assess that which judge is more suitable or not. Yeah. So for that, this Chief Justice of India has said that, like, you know, we have created a broad-based platform, which is earlier he has mentioned that it is a dossier. Then he said no, it is a broad-based platform where many researchers, research scholars from let's say judiciary and like young trainees, they have participated, they have created a, let's say, like broad-based platform, and that platform will help in assessment of the best judges from India, and they will be appointed to the Supreme Court of India. So this is just I mean, like, you know, this is just an article on that behalf. So with this, we are going to move to another topic. This is again another topic. It says exempting millets from GST can lift affordability, boosting consumption. These millets are very important. Why? Because millets are considered to be a kind of food crop which is going to help in meeting the food security demands in India. Okay, so that's why. So they have said, like, if we like, let's say, like, you know, reduce the GST rates on millets, if we lift off, so it's going to boost affordability. So people will be able to afford millets more, and it's going to boost the consumption also. So we will be able to meet the nutritional demands of people. And they have also discussed about that, like, you know, like the sports ministry has started giving millets to the athletes, and their performance has boosted. It means it has nutritional value. Okay, so that's the thing. So it says that with millets set to play a crucial role in India's nutritional and food security, stakeholders in like, you know, nutri cereals are looking at sustaining efforts to promote cereals in a big way. Okay, so like one of the year in India has been considered as in yeah, I mean, like International Year of Millets was there. So that's also very important. So millets, I mean, like we need to learn more about it. So in this article they have not mentioned much, they have just discussed about millets. So you need to learn more about millets, how it is grown, like what are the things. Maybe a question comes in prelims related to this topic. Okay. So that's all from my side for the day. Thank you so much everyone for attending today's discussion. I hope you have a good day ahead. Thank you. Yeah.